At the very beginning of the Second World War, another star-crossed production of Romeo and Juliet toured the States, with Laurence, Olivier and Vivien Leigh in the leads. Ironically, this glamorous Hollywood couple had mounted it with their own money in order to try and cash in on their newfound celebrity.
Confessions cannot hope to be halfway complete unless they include the more spectacular examples of the penitent making a really ridiculous fool of himself. As with any Shakespearean production, this one proved onerous, and the heavy responsibility took its toll. The setting up and dress rehearsal time in San Francisco did not prove any easier than might have been expected. I don't think Romeo and Juliet has ever been a simple play to put on. At the time, the director was still reckoned to be responsible for his own lighting, which usually took a whole night at least. If the director was also playing a leading role, it was a grueling task. He would have to work straight on into the morning, clearing up details and do a last run-through in the afternoon. After that, there would only be the first night to face. So it is not going to be a shocking surprise to learn that I was tired. From the start of the first show, all seemed to be going fairly well, until the curtain of the balcony scene, for which I had always made rather a flamboyant sort of finish, "Hence will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my dear hap to tell." On those last three words, I would turn from the balcony, spin into a run straight at the wall, leap up, placing my hands on the top, pull myself sparkly up into a position on the wall fleetingly, as if lying along it, give a little bounce with my toes, and take off in a swallow dive to disappear over the other side of the wall. On this first night in San Francisco, I did not realize that I was in fact too exhausted to bring off this maneuver. And so, round I spin and dash to the wall, leap at it, get my fingers onto the top, miss my footing, hang there helplessly by the fingers, kicking and scratching, gasping, sweating, entirely unable to move in an upward direction. After a century, the curtain came down. Didn't I have augury enough? Oh no. I swung on into Chicago, where the reception was ominously mild. Aha, I thought. What this show lacks is a New York reception and really intelligent, intellectual criticism. I got it. I couldn't believe that such things could be written about me or any human being. For sheer savage, merciless cruelty, I have never seen any judgments to approach those faced me at breakfast in our New York hotel. We were playing through the New York summer in unequaled conditions of heat and humidity. I had to wear padding, as my legs were thin then. I also had a bit of a tum on me, and so had to wear corsets. I had a putty nose on, the Italianate profile, and a thick black wig. Period costumes always have to be of a certain weight, or they don't hang right. Air conditioning had hardly started to come in yet, and the stage was like an oven. I was drenched. Some audiences are inclined to be tickled by the way Romeo will carry on so in the banishment scene. There are few more dreadful fates on the stage than to become aware in a highly emotional scene that the audience is predisposed to laugh. There's nothing for it but endurance other than to cut the scene. Going through my head as I was being joyously greeted with gales of laughter was, "Here am I in uttermost misery, sweating, flinging myself painfully around, tearing my soul to bits and being paid with shrieks of mocking laughter, and this pleasure is costing me at least $1,000 this afternoon." The inclination to get the hell home was irresistible.